Hello guys, hi, welcome to my first ever channel. I've been meaning to start this because a couple of people on my Instagram DM'd me and asking me about China, blah 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 blah. So I was like, all right, I'll start a YouTube channel, and here we are. Basically, my name is Katura, but you can call me Katura Love or Cat, whatever suits you, honey. So I'm gonna tell you guys things that you need to work in China. So I live and I work in China. I'm a South African and I've been here for about 3 months now. Came here in October. So I'm just gonna tell you guys things that you need for China, the whole process. And trust me, it's a lot, especially if you are doing it alone, because I did it alone, like alone, going everywhere alone. But anyway, we're here now and I'm here, so yay. So before I start with everything, I just want to tell you guys that in order for you to come and teach and work in China, you mustn't have some sort of commitments. When I say commitments, I mean that if you have a job, like a permanent job, it's very difficult. It's going to be difficult for you to just resign, quit, and come here. So if you and also if you have like a baby, because you can't live your best life, that's just a fact. I'm sorry, I just needed to tell you guys. So if you're like me, single, no commitments, I don't have a baby, none of that whatsoever. So basically my decision in coming here was very easy, so it's like, why not? I mean, I don't have anything to lose, honey, so here we are. So yeah, it's gonna be easier for you to decide if you don't have those things in your life, so yeah. So okay, let's get to it. I don't want to waste you guys' time. You don't want to waste my time, I'm kidding. Okay, so the first thing that you will need, you need 3 things. Number 1, you need a police clearance. You need a teaching degree or any other degree, and you need a TEFL. Usually a TEFL is basically an online course that you do. It's teaching English as a foreign language, so you need that. But some schools don't require that. If you have experience, then you don't need a TEFL certificate. 2 years experience, depending on the schools. Schools vary, obviously. Okay, so police clearance. First thing that you need to do, I'm gonna emphasize this, you need to do the police clearance first, because it takes so long. It takes really long. So I did my police clearance. It takes about 3 to 4 weeks, but we all know that is a lie because South African systems. So I did mine in Pretoria Central. The address is what's the address? Let me check here. Yeah, it's in Central, guys. Like, I really forgot. Let me check. I wrote down a couple of things here so I don't forget. I think, okay, just know it's in Central. Please, there's the police, literally. In Central, there is a police station. Like, everyone goes there. So yeah, as I said, it takes about 3 to 4 weeks, but obviously it takes longer. So you need a police clearance that is recognized internationally. Usually it's another name for police clearance. It's called a criminal background check. So this is about 140. Okay, this is a certificate that is recognized internationally to say that you are not a criminal, you haven't done any funny things, So yes, you need that, and please do that. Like I said, that is the first thing that you should do. And then so now in order to come and teach in China, you need a degree. So it can be any degree. I have a teaching degree because I studied teaching. So yes, a teaching degree, any other degree, not a diploma, no, a degree. Okay. So yes, and then the last thing that you need is I mentioned the TEFL. So police clearance, teaching degree or any other degree, and a TEFL. So okay, let's start with the whole authenticating documents, the whole shenanigans, which takes so long, like I said. Yeah. So with your degree, you need a letter of authentication from the Department of Higher Education and Training. Basically, when you take your degree, they literally give you a paper to say that your degree and your institution is legal. So it's not some fly-by-night stuff, it's basically real. So they will give you a letter that says that this degree is real, so they will authenticate your degree. I don't know where the letter is, but yes, if your university, I went to the University of Pretoria, if your university is legit, they will give you this letter. And I actually wrote the address here. The address is 123 Francis Bard Street in Pretoria Central. Yes. So another thing that I forgot to tell you guys. So all of these places that you're gonna go to are not far apart from each other. But obviously, if you're walking like me, you're gonna walk. You're gonna get tired because it's just, where am I going now? I still need to do this and that and that and that. So it's a bit of a distance, but then it's not that far from each other. That's another thing that I liked about doing the whole thing. But other than that, it was just stressful. So yeah, you take your degree, fine. Now you have the letter of authentication to say that your degree is legit, that you didn't go to a fly-by-night university. And then with TEFL is teaching English in a foreign language. This is basically an online course. You need 120 hours. A lot of schools need 120 hours of TEFL. And you'll see it's an online course. I did mine with Daddy Deals. You can get a good price, about like approximately 500, or more. But then you get a good price, trust me. So use Daddy Deals, or I recommend Daddy Deals. I don't know any other websites. So yes, you'll see when you start with the online course, it will say that this will take about 5 months. But obviously, if you have time like me, I had all the time in the world. I really had time, so I took like a week. Yeah, I really took a week because you have the course is like a step-by-step thing. It basically teaches you English to see if you know English, grammar, pronunciation, prepositions, a whole lot of gang. But yeah, sorry, I did mine and I finished it. And then okay, now you have your degree, you have your TEFL done and dusted. Now let's assume that you have your police clearance, which took forever. So now that you have all these 3 documents, I'm gonna tell you what to do with them step by step. Okay, let's start with your degree. With your degree, you do have the letter. Okay, your degree is fine. The most important thing is your TEFL. So you need to go to a lawyer. He needs to notarize your TEFL certificate to say that it's not fake, it's real, And then after that, when the lawyer you pay a certain amount, I forgot how much I paid, but then it's not like a lot. It's very, you can, you'll survive, you will. It's not a lot. Just make sure that you save a lot of money for some of these things, because there's a lot of things that can happen during this whole process. So you need to have backup money. Yeah, so my lawyer notarized my certificate. I don't know, I'm not showing you guys all of this. Wow, Kitsura. Okay, let me show you. Where is my certificate? So let's start with the TEFL. Sorry guys. Oh yes, here we are. So this is my TEFL. I did my TEFL with Teach TEFL. Yes, I got it from Daddy Deals, like I said. So the lawyer basically notarized my TEFL. Okay, he basically put a stamp on it. So it says here that certificate of authentication as true copy. Okay, so the guy that I notarized my certificate at, his name is Ndelweni McShane Mpenemene. Excuse me if I didn't pronounce that very properly. So yeah, he basically just notarized my thingy, and then after that I took it to the High Court. Okay, so the High Court, this is what they will do at the High Court. Yes, they will put a stamp on it to say that it's authentic. It has been authenticated. Okay, now done and dusted with my TEFL. Now, okay, let me show you guys. I actually forgot to show you guys how the letter actually that you need from the department of your degree. So here is the letter. Oh, here is the letter from the Department of Higher Education and Training, State of University of Pretoria. Basically, yes, to say that it's all authentic. Bloody, bloody, bloody. Yes, here is my degree. Yes, okay. Now we move on to the police clearance. This is my police clearance. This is how it's supposed to look like. Okay. Yes, and then what's the next step now? Oh guys, this is actually I just realized explaining something is so difficult, because like I literally forgot some of the steps, but then yeah, it's been I went through a lot, so I'm trying to give you guys all the information that I have, which is really legit. So, okay, those are the 3 things that you need. And, oh, yes, I forgot to tell you. So, other schools want your medical report, so a medical checkup. So, in order for you to get this, you need to go to the hospital. You can go to a public hospital, whatever you want, and get a medical report. Like I said, with my school, they didn't require that. So, they wanted to check me when I get here. But, to be honest, I think it's wise to check yourself for whatever, everything, you know, from head to toe, whatever you have, so that you know that when you come here to China, you are clean. Because trust me, you don't want to go through all this process just for you to get deported because you have some sort of sickness. So what they look for is obviously HIV, TB, and I don't know about STIs and stuff, but yeah, those are the 2 most common things that they look for. So yeah, just make sure you ain't got none. So yeah, after you have your documents, I had 3 documents. After you have your degree and you have authenticated your degree, you have notarized your TEFL and taken it to the the lawyer needs to notarize your document, taking it to the High Court, and then your police clearance also. Okay, so once you have all of this, you take your documents to DIRCA. So DIRCA is the Department of International Relations. It's a very, very big place. It's also in Pretoria. Everything is in Pretoria. So you take your documents to DIRCA and they stamp, sign, seal, deliver everything. They do everything for you. So they also need to legalize your documents. So to authenticate your documents more before you go to the embassy and whatnot. So DIRCA is important because trust me, if there's any mistake on your let's say if you have one name on your degree and then your TEFL says another thing, and your TEFL has 2 names and your police clearance has 1 name, like, you know, these jibs and jabs, they will not, they'll probably take your documents and just be like, go sort out your documents before you bring them to us. So guys, I will emphasize this. It's very, very important that you make sure of the smallest details in your documents, your name, everything, your name especially, because if they don't correlate, if your documents don't correlate, they will send you back with your documents, honey. So when you take your documents to DIRCA, this process takes about a day. You leave your documents there, all 3 of them. and then you come back the next day, and basically your document will come back like this. Yes, your documents are gonna have this thingy. Oh no, I'm lying, sorry. So this is what your document is gonna have. This. Yes. Guys, I think I'm lying again. Wow. But yes, they what did I say? Oh yeah, they sign. They need to sign. Yes, they sign all of that. Wow, your girl forgot. Shame on me, shame on me. Oh yes, they signed. So I just so they signed, and they're gonna your document needs to have this. This is a Y, okay? Like yes, put Y's in every document. So if your document doesn't have Y's in them, all of them, this is another one. This is for my, let me show you guys. This is for my TEFL. Here's a Y. Okay. And then my police clearance also has a Y. So that you need to have Y's. If you ain't got the Y's, bye bye. So yeah, after that, right, you get your documents back, you know, yay. So at the high court, basically they'll bring your documents like this. Yes, when you go to the high court to authenticate all your documents, they will come back looking like this with the stamp and everything. And then Durko, I'm sorry about that, guys, I'm only human, I make mistakes. Yes, so now the next step, you take your documents to the Chinese embassy. Okay, take them to the Chinese embassy. It's in Santon. It's in Santon, honey. Santon, honey. I don't know why I said that, but yeah, it's in Santon. So what they're gonna do is that obviously they're gonna do a thorough checkup. So they're gonna give you a form. Usually most people get these forms from, I don't know where they get them, but when you get to the Chinese embassy, they make you fill in a form, you know, the normal things, your name, address, when you want these documents submitted to you, when you're gonna come fetch these documents. Actually, they make copies of them, and also you should bring a color copy of your passport. Okay, a color copy of your passport. Yes. And then you submit your documents. They do a thorough check for the jibs and jabs, and then after that they give you a slip. All right, they give you a slip to say that come and fetch your documents in these amount of days. Sometimes it takes, like, it depends the form that you fill. Basically, you can request for an express method. I think that's the faster method, because let's say maybe your contract starts in now it's January. Yes, now it's January. If your contract starts in February the 5th or the 10th, then you need to request a very fast method where you're gonna get your documents so you can apply for your visa. Okay, so I did mine. I requested for that fast method so I can get my documents quickly, so that you don't find yourself going to another orientation, missing your orientation date. Okay, so when you collect your documents, fine, they're gonna come back with this stamp, with this at the back: document 1, document 2, document 3. Okay, so that's what the embassy is gonna put at the back of your document. Wow, I sound like a teacher, but also okay. So after you collect your documents, then you have to send them through to your school. So this is what happened. I couriered my documents, not copies, the real documents, to my school all the way to China, from South Africa to China. I used DHL. You can use FedEx. There's other courier companies, you know, that are very, very fast, but DHL, I recommend DHL. So I used DHL, and yeah, my school got my documents. And then, so what they need to do after you send your documents through, they need to apply a work permit for you. Okay, so this work permit, with me, yo, wow. Now I'm just remembering how I missed like I think 2 orientation dates because the place where they issue work permits, it was closed at that time, so I waited, guys. I waited, and this was such a stressful time for me because I was thinking, wow, maybe I don't know, maybe I shouldn't go, maybe it's not happening. Like I had so many doubts because I was at home and I was just like waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. But yeah, finally, so I got my work permit after waiting 1,000 years. So I got my work permit, and then I sent it through. They sent it through. Got my work permit, and then basically it's like an invitation letter, you know. So after that, after getting my invitation letter, then I went to the embassy to apply for my visa. Yes, I went to the embassy to apply for my visa. At the Chinese consulate. Yes. And then basically after all of this, guys, it's really smooth vibes, smooth sailing. You're done with this whole stressful transition. Stressful, I'm calling it a transition because you literally change through this whole process, you know. And then after that, hello, you book your flight, honey, and that's it.